Once upon a time, beside a peaceful pond in the quiet countryside of Denmark, a mother duck had built her nest. One by one, fluffy little yellow ducklings hatched and tumbled into the world. But the last big egg, the biggest of them all, simply would not crack open. At last, the final egg split open, and out came a large, awkward little bird. But unlike his brothers and sisters, he was covered in dull gray feathers and looked quite strange. Mother Duck tilted her head, yet she watched over him with gentle, loving eyes. When the duckling arrived at the farmyard, everyone poked fun at him and pecked at him without mercy. The yellow ducklings, the hens, and the other animals all cried out, "How ugly! How ugly!" The poor little duckling felt deeply, terribly sad. Unable to bear it any longer, the duckling bolted away from the farm and ran alone across the wide open fields. He wanted nothing more than to be somewhere far away, somewhere no one could see him. After wandering for a while, the duckling found himself at the edge of a great marshy swamp. There, a group of wild geese called out to him with a chuckle, "You are quite ugly, but you do have a rather funny and interesting face." The cold of winter crept in, and the duckling stumbled his way into an old woman's cozy little cottage. But the cat and the hen who lived there were unkind, sneering, "You can't lay eggs and you can't purr. What use are you?" In the bitter heart of winter, the duckling became frozen fast in the ice of a pond. Just when all hope seemed lost, a kind and gentle farmer came along and freed him, carrying him home to the warmth of his hearth. At long last, the endless winter came to an end and spring arrived with open arms. The snow melted away, flowers began to bloom, and a warm breeze drifted softly through the air. The duckling stepped outside once more and stood beside a shimmering, sunlit lake. Gliding gracefully across the lake were the most beautiful white birds the duckling had ever seen. Spellbound by their elegance, he felt himself drawn closer and closer to them. "If I go near such beautiful creatures, they will surely peck at me too," he thought, and yet he could not stay away. The duckling peered down into the still water and gasped in astonishment, his eyes growing wide. Looking back at him was not a dull, ugly gray duckling, but a magnificent, snow-white swan. Through that long and lonely winter, he had grown into something wonderful. The swans glided warmly toward him, bowing their graceful necks in greeting and welcome. Children watching from the shore cried out with delight, "Look at that swan! He's the most beautiful of all." At last, the duckling had found the place where he truly belonged. The bird once mocked as the ugly duckling was now the most beautiful swan on the entire lake. No matter how hard or lonely the journey, spring will always come again, and a day will come when you shine as your truest self. With that joy in his heart, the swan spread his great white wings wide.